Hello everyone, this is Antonio from RandomStuff channel, and as you can see here, I'm still using the OnePlus 6T. Now let's go quickly into the About phone, just to show you I've upgraded it to the latest version of 9.012 and kept the original Oxygen OS, but I have now since rooted the device, because one of the things that I hated about the stock OS in the UK is the fact that I can't record calls anymore because of Google's API restrictions on Android 9 Pie. So if I would have kept the Oreo version 8, I could still have used my favorite program, which was the ACR that you see there on the left hand side. But that doesn't work anymore, and so I've had to root the phone so that I could have the same kind of functionality that the guys in India have with their OnePlus 6T. So when you go to calls or the phone app, then you click on settings, call record, and these are the options you have here. So you can have it auto record calls with the notification if you want, and basically I leave it like this. That means that when I get a call, I can actually decide whether to take the call or not. So let's just leave it at that and see what it looks like. Voicemail, recording button there.
In voicemail service.
You don't have any new message.
Record.
In menu. To leave a voice message, press 2.
Now, which is native call recording literally within the phone app itself. I won't go into it because then I have to do blurring out of information. But if you look on the XDA developers website, you can see that there is plenty of documentation on how to do this. Obviously, you have to root. As you can see there, I've got Add Away, which is a great. Let me just quickly run it. Basically, you check for updates, and then it blocks all the ads, and it works well on rooted phones. As you can see here, I've got some modules that I haven't had for quite a long time, which I do miss. I've got Flashify, which is great if I want to flash any recoveries or packages. I've got excellent MAGISK module. As you can see, I've got the latest, which is working. Not many modules at the moment work with Android 9, but in fact, I was also considering going back to unrooted because there's a few apps in the UK that don't work. For example, Halifax Bank doesn't work. Tesco Plus payments don't work neither. And I remember when I had the exposed framework, I was able to get these things to work specifically in the UK. Now, exposed framework does exist and can be used with this. I did install it, but it's not really stable, so I'm not going to be bothering with that until it's really stable. The only module that I've installed is this one here, the native call recording enabler, which is the one I mentioned a few moments ago. And if you install this, you have native call recording. You get option to request to be notified if you've got a call, whether you want to record it or not, or whether you want to save it or not, and all the rest of it. So all that is fine. The great thing about having MAGISK Manager installed, and I've got 18.1, is the fact that I'm able to still use the fingerprint on apps such as, for example, Monzo there that you see on the top right, second down. Some banking apps work still very well, like all the ones that you see at the top: Fineco, Capital, Lloyd's, work. Tesco works with fingerprint, but Halifax doesn't, because it detects that the phone has been compromised. Also, Tesco Pay, which is the one below Translate, that doesn't work neither because it recognizes the phone being compromised and rooted, which it is, and I can't hide it because I can't find the module that hides it. I'm sure someone will post one eventually. There are some cool modules that you can install with MAGISK on the OnePlus 6T. For example, for sound, so you have sound coming out of the speaker at the top, but I'm not really going to do that. There's also others that improve the sound and the sound levels of, you know, for example, the speaker, so that you have like 10, you know, levels of increments and so forth, all that kind of stuff. Everything else works the same when it's rooted. It's only those two things. Also, Revolut, I might as well mention it in case somebody uses Revolut. I can't get the fingerprint to work in Revolut. I can do the fingerprint within the application, you know, within the actual OS here. So if I go to app locker here, I can do within app locker. I won't confirm my password, but you know, I can actually add Revolut in there, but it's not it's not the fingerprint that actually works when the phone is not rooted. What else to mention? The phone is super fast. I'm really happy with it. There's nothing really that I can complain about this phone. Yeah, it's basically one of my best phones that I've had. I've also purchased the TicWatch Pro watch, which is really good, and as you can see here, it's actually you know, paired with my phone, and it works really well. You know, that watch, if you're considering getting a watch for, you know, as a smartwatch on Android platform, you can't really go wrong with that. You know, the Google Pay works perfect. Everything works perfect. And by the way, by having MAGISK module, I am able to use Google Pay on my OnePlus 6T without any problems whatsoever. Okay, so that's it. That was just a quick update on my usage with the OnePlus 6T since I purchased it, and I'm still very happy with it. I'm not tempted to move to different device. The LG V40 was my natural, you know, progression. That's the one I should have got, but it hasn't had the greatest of reviews from what I've seen, and perhaps I'll give that one a miss and wait for the new OnePlus 6, or sorry, the OnePlus 7 to come out. Maybe even the Samsung 10 looks an interesting option, or even the Note 10 that's going to come out. So that's it for now. I hope this has been useful. Oh, by the way, the battery on this thing is very good. Today, you know, it's not the best day of battery that I've had, but as you can see, I still almost got 2 hours and 45 minutes, and with just a bit half of the battery still left. You know, I can get regularly between 5 and 8 hours of screen on time, depending on what I'm doing. The MAGISK module that I was going to mention earlier and I forgot was the YouTube Advanced app, which is basically a module that allows you to do like picture-in-picture, and allows you to play YouTube with the screen off and all these kind of features, but it doesn't work very well on this Android 9. So that's it. I hope this has helped. Until the next one, take care. Cheers. Bye.